join me for the second. Let me start that again. So you join me here, but you join me. I'll start that third time. So you join me here for the start of a second vlog or a second video of the day, and another video about the Inghams. Sort of following on from the video this morning where I was talking about, earlier on where I was talking about why the Inghams either don't upload sometimes or upload late, and that is because they're not happy about the fact that the previous vlog didn't get a lot of views. I mean, obviously you look at the situation where they didn't upload last night. They claim it was because of the internet. No, I don't believe that at all. You know, I think we all know they didn't upload because they weren't happy about the fact that Isabel's birthday present opening vlog didn't get a lot of views. You know, and this is the situation with the Inghams. You know, you can see that times have really changed, and I think they need to accept now that things have changed, and they need to accept that things have changed. You know, I think there's a serious case of denial going on here. You know, I think they can't accept that their channel is in a bad situation and things are just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Their channel, I think they still think that things are going to get better for their channel, but things are not, the way things are at the moment, things are not going to get any better for their channel. Things are just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, and they need to wake up and realise that. They need to wake up and smell the shit, to be honest. It makes me laugh, seeing how bad their views are, but there's a reason for that, and that is because their content is shit. Their channel's crap and their content is crap, pure and simple. Of course the iFan will say that content's absolutely great, but that just shows how deluded they are. Because I think their view count, their view count really shows just how great a vlog is. Because if the vlogs were that great, they would be getting way more views than what they are currently getting. This is the situation here, is that, you can see the views are not, you can see the vlogs are not that great. It's all the views are not that great, the vlogs are not that great, just by looking at their views. Because as I said, if the vlogs were that great and were that good as the iFan was saying they are, how come they're only getting, most of the time, they're only getting 20 to 30,000 views a day. They brag about, as I said before, they brag about having 1.3 million subscribers. But there's not even half of that amount of people watching the vlogs, is there? Let's face it. Their channel is in a very bad situation at this point. That has to be said. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what else could be said. I just don't think there is anything else I could say about this whole situation that their channel is in now. I mean, even the big vlogs that used to get, that used to be their main money makers and used to be, used to get a lot of views, aren't getting a lot of views these days. I mean, you look at the birthday vlogs, right? The birthday vlogs used to be a big money maker for Chris and Sarah. But, Chris and Sarah are obviously not happy because they're not making as much money from those vlogs as they used to. Because we all know they used to be making a lot more money from those vlogs. But they're not really making that much money from those vlogs now. The only real vlogs that they're really making any money from is the Christmas vlogs. And that's about it. The birthday vlogs don't mean a thing now. They don't get the views they used to get, and there's a big reason for that, I think, as I've said many times, I think the Inghams need to start facing facts. Their channel is done. Their channel was finished a long time ago. But it's just a situation that Chris and Sarah are clinging on and clinging on and clinging on. They just don't want to let it go. And I think they need to let things go now. They need to just accept that you know, it's basically game over for their channel now, you know, and, you know, really more simple than that. Obviously it's, obviously you know, it is a tough situation for their channel at the moment. Obviously how they're, you know, when you think about the views they used to get, they're not getting anywhere near that amount of views now, are they? You know, I was looking back at some of their old vlogs the other day, like, you know, not really, I wouldn't really call it taking a trip down memory lane. You know, I just wanted to kind of go back and look at the old videos and look at the amount of views their old videos used to get. You know, it feels like it's been years, you know, since the Inghams got over 100k views. We're getting over, you know, we're getting over 100k views regularly on the vlogs they were putting out. You know, there's no lie in saying that a channel that, you know, there's no denying the fact that a channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers should be getting more than 20 to 30,000 views a day. Realistically, a channel that has over 1.3 million views a day should be getting at least 100k views plus, you know, per day. But they're not getting anywhere near that, you know, because the content is absolutely crap. You know, I mean, as I said, the iFan go on about how great the vlogs are, but if the vlogs were that great, wouldn't they be getting, you know, shouldn't they be getting more views if the vlogs are really that great? You know, I think they think their vlogs are great. This is the thing, I think Chris and Sarah think that the content they're putting out is so good. And obviously the iFan keep telling them the vlogs are that, you know, are absolutely, you know, amazing, spectacular, yada yada yada. You know, and he talking about how much effort they're putting into the vlogs and all that. But their views tell a completely different side to the story. I think their views are really showing just how bad things are, and just how bad things have gotten for them. You know, what I see is, like, I don't see a channel that's doing well. I don't see a channel that's, you know, a channel that's successful, a channel that, you know, should be getting the views it should be getting. I see a channel that's failing and failing hard. You know, and I think people need to wake up and realise that it's only a matter of time before the Inghams disappear. You know, because the way things are going with their channel, it's hard to see them lasting, you know, any more than a year. To be fairly honest with you, I honestly don't know what to say. You know, I'd love to try and look at things, you know, in a more positive way, but I just don't really feel like I can look at things in a positive way with regards to their channel, because there really is no denying the fact that they should be getting more views than what they're getting. I think anybody with an ounce of common sense would say that. You know, anyone with an ounce of common sense would look at their channel and go, how is a channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers only getting 20 to 30,000 views per day? You know, shouldn't the channel be getting more views than that? You know, which is why they can't really brag about the fact that they have 1.3 million subscribers, because there's not that many people actually watching their videos. You know, they don't get there's not even half of those people watching those videos. You know, 20 to 30,000 people watching their videos, that's how many people out of the subscribers that they've got? That's not many people when you think about it. And most of and I hate to say it, but most of their views are probably hate views. You know, I think the problem is these days, I think, you know, we haters, I think we need to stop watching their vlogs. Because, you know, it doesn't help that, you know. I think if people didn't watch their vlogs, I think that we would see, you know, their views would be far less than what they are. Because I do think that the hate watchers make up a lot of the views. You know, which is why I've sort of made the decision that I'm not going to be watching their vlogs. Because I don't want to be contributing to their views in any particular way, you know. You know, I don't want to be contributing in any way to the money that they're making. At the end of the day, like, I'd rather, it's probably, at the end of the day, I don't really care about Inghams. To be honest with you, I'm beyond done with. I've been beyond done with them for a very long time. But I think things have really gotten to the point where I just want them gone from YouTube completely. Like, things, they need to, they need to wake up and start accepting the fact that their channel is absolutely crap and there's nothing that's ever going to change that, necessarily. And, I don't think people are being wrong. I don't think what people are saying is wrong. I think people are being pretty fair on that, but, I think people have to look at that, in a certain way. And, as I said, the iFam say their vlogs are great, but their views are telling a completely different side to the story, aren't they? The fact that their big birthday vlogs aren't even get above 60,000 views, it's just crazy. Isabel's birthday vlog, birthday present opening vlog, is currently sitting on around 55,000 views after just 2 days. Shouldn't that be more than that by now? People just, you can see that people don't care about them, care about their channel. I hate to say it, but I think a lot of that, as I've said before, many times, I keep saying this, a lot of their subscribers are just inactive accounts. People have stopped watching them and haven't bothered to unsubscribe. I think that's basically the truth at the end of the day. That people have stopped watching, who have subscribed to them, have stopped watching them, but haven't bothered to unsubscribe to their channel. But yeah, I definitely think things are looking very bleak for the Inghams, and I think they need to start facing facts about how bad the situation is with regards to their channel. It's like, they don't look at what the iFam is saying, right? The iFam is saying that their vlogs are so good, are so great, but then they need to take a look at their views. Because their views are telling a different story to what the iFam are telling. Because the iFam are claiming that the vlogs are so good, but their view counts don't show that. Their view counts don't show how great the vlogs actually are. Their view counts are actually showing how bad the vlogs are. When the vlog can't even get above 20-30k views, is only getting 20 to 30k views per day. That's not really something to be proud of. You should be proud of the fact that your channel they should be proud of the fact that their channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers is only getting 20 to 30k views per day. At the end of the day, a channel, as I've said, I've spoken about this a lot, a channel that has that many subscribers should be getting way more views than it is. But why are they not getting hardly any views? Because their content is crap. The content they are putting out there is garbage. They're not, at the end of the day, their hearts are not, you can tell that their hearts are not in it anymore. You can tell that they don't have the passion for it anymore. There was basically zero effort being put into the vlogs that are being put out there at the moment. There was no effort whatsoever being put into the content they're putting out on their channel. They seem to think that anything passes for good content these days. But it's just crazy, seeing how bad their views are. They buy a lot of views anyway. They're also paying for a lot of bot comments, it seems, considering the amount of bot comments you see on their channel every day. But I'm not trying to cause trouble with this. I'm just saying things. I'm just saying this for what it is. I'm just saying things for what saying this for what it is. I'm just seeing the way I know what I see. And what I see is a channel that's failing hard. Their view counts, telling me that you know, that their vlogs are not great. You know, their view outs are not telling me that their vlogs are really, really good. Their view outs are telling me that their vlogs are really, really bad. You know, it's like gone are the, you know, very much gone are the days where they would be getting 100k views regularly on a vlog or more than that. You know, I bet, you know, I'm not being, you know, I wouldn't mind betting that Chris and Sarah wish that they could actually go back to that period of time where their channel was actually doing well. Because, you know, because there was a time where their channel was doing well, and their channel was in a very good position, and it was probably one of the best family channels out there on YouTube in terms of the views they were bringing in. You know, that was one of the things they had a lot. You know, they really did have going for them. At one point, it's the fact that a lot of their views, a lot of their vlogs would get, you know, were bringing in, you know, really great views. You know, they were getting you know, they were making, you know, a ridiculous amount of money. You know, from from YouTube. And I think that's what, you know, I think that's what's getting to the Inghams as well now, is the fact that, you know, they're not really making that much money from YouTube. Because let's face it, they're not really making that much from YouTube now, are they? And I think they know that. You know, and that's really starting to get to them, is they know that they're not really making that much money from YouTube anymore. They're not really profiting, you know, not as much as they used to be. No, they're not making as much money from that as they used to be. You know, and it's just madness. You know, I feel sorry. You know, I do feel. You know, I don't feel for them, because the way I see it, they've basically caused their own downfall. There is nobody else that is to blame for them or their channel's downfall. They are to blame for not only for their own downfall, but for the downfall of their YouTube channel as well. They are to blame for the fact that their content is crap. That is all on them. You know, it's not us. There is nobody else to blame for the fact that their view counts are as low as they are. There is no one else who is to blame for the fact that a channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers is only managing 20 to 30k views per day. You know, nobody else is to blame for that. It's Chris and Sarah who are to blame for that because of the crap content they are putting out on their channel. And they the iPad and go on about how great their content is. But at the end of the day, their view counts are really telling a different side to the story. Their view counts are really telling a different side to the situation. You know, and what we're seeing is not a channel that is doing well, not a channel that's, you know, not a channel that is in the best position it could be in. We're seeing a channel that's in the worst position it could ever be in. We're seeing a channel that, you know, cannot compete with hardly any other channels on YouTube. You know, you look at people like Family Fizz, they are doing so much better than the Inghams. Dad v Girls, you know, I think both of those two channels have over 1.3 million subscribers. And their videos are pulling in the amount of views that a channel with over 1 million subscribers should be pulling in. You know, at least Family Fizz and Dad v Girls, pride themselves on the fact that, you know, a lot of the videos they put out there are bringing in a fantastic amount of views. You know, at least Family Fizz and Dad v Girls, etc., and still say their channel is in a good position. At least they can say they're still doing well on YouTube. At least they can say that, you know, that they at least they can take pride in what they're doing on YouTube, and take pride in the fact that that so many people are watching their videos every day. Those are two channels that they're doing well. But the Inghams have nothing to take pride in. You know, I mean, if I, you know, if I was a YouTuber, I would be taking pride in the fact that my channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers is only getting 20 to 30,000 views per day. I'd see that as a bit of a failure. If my channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers was only getting 20 to 30,000 views per day, I would see that there was a bit of a problem there. I would see that things need to change. You know, this is a problem with the Inghams, is they can't see that there's a problem here. They can't see that things need to change. But I think things really do rapidly need to change. You know, and I think their view out are really telling me that. Their view out are really telling me that they need to change things, that they need to improve, that there's a lot they need to improve. You know, it's like they really need to, you know, that their channel's beyond saving at this point. And they really need to just call it a day. You know, I think anybody would, you know, I think they really need to look at their view out and realise that there was a bit of a problem there. You know, do they not, I mean, does Sarah not think that their channel should be getting way more views than it is? Do they not think that their channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers should be getting way more than 20 to 30,000 views per day? Because I think it does. You know, I think that has to be said. You know, it's as simple as that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is basically part 2 to the video I did this morning. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.